Good morning, student. I am your social studies teacher. Today we are going to study chapter 1 of history. When, where and how. We often wonder how people lived in the past. What did they eat? What did they wear? And what kind of houses they lived in? The answer of all these questions is available in history. Suppose we have to know about yesterday or the day before yesterday. Then we read newspaper, we listen radio, we watch television. If we wish to gather information related to the last month or the previous some months, we read magazines, we read annual reports. Likewise, if we want to know our country's past, what happened a centuries ago, what happened a decades ago, we would have to study history or various sources of history. Importance of history. The study of history is very important. In class 5th, you are studying EVS, Environmental Studies, and you are studying Social Studies as a one subject. But now in class 6, Social Studies is bifurcated into 3 parts, as we already told you in History, Civics and Geography. History is that part of Social Studies that give us all the happenings of all the important events in a chronological order. The study of history is very important in understanding the both past and present and future also. It tells us how, where and when the earliest civilization developed. It helps in knowing about kings, kingdoms and more about the lives of men and their activities. The frame of the history. Historians divided the history into 3 periods: the prehistorical period, and prohistory and history. Prehistory refers to that very distant past when early men had not yet learned the art of writing. Protohistory is the period between the advent of the literacy and the writing of the history. History, on the other hand, deals with the period of written records of the past event. Thus, history deals with the certain periods in the past. Measuring the past. In class 6, you people are going to study for the first time the subject history. So there are some important things you must learn, you must know before studying the history. The first and the most important is measuring the past. To study the history, we must understand the measurement of time. In the history, the years before the birth of the Jesus Christ is written as BC, that is before Christ. The year after the birth of the Jesus Christ are written as AD. This stands for 2 Latin words, Anno Domini, meaning in the year of our Lord. These years are counted forwards, for example 2008, 2007 AD, 2020 AD. You can understand this through this timeline. The center point is birth of the Jesus. Before that BC, after that AD. Now let's study about the sources of history. In order to know the history, we need to look at the records of the past event. There are 2 main sources, archaeological and literary. Archaeological sources is bifurcated into monuments, inscription, artifacts and coins. Literary is bifurcated into religious and non-religious sources. There are religious sources like Upanishad, Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Qurans, Bibles, etc. Non-religious sources like plays, dramas, books, accounts by foreign pilgrims. Archaeological sources. Archaeological sources are those objects or remains of the past which have survived till now. The study of these ancient remains is called archaeology. Archaeologists excavate sites and objects buried in the earth. I hope you all went at Sarnath. You saw there the Ashok pillar. You saw there various objects. You saw there Dhamek Stup. These all are the archaeological source from which we came to know about Mahatma Buddha. Monuments. Next is monuments. Monuments are the structure or the building like Red Fort. Through Red Fort we know that it is the building, it is the structure created by or built by the Mughal Empire. Next is inscription. Inscription is something written on stone. These are the, in ancient time when the paper is not invented or the ink is not, they are not using ink, so they are writing in inscripted form. These are the very valuable and the reliable source of information. They are carvings on the stones and metal. Next is artifacts. The objects made and used by the humans in the past are called artifacts. Some stones and pottery, steel cooking vessels, jewelry, toys, and the various clothing are recovered from the excavation sites. Last is coin. Coins are important source of history. When we had visited educational tour and we had visited there in BHU Bharat Kala Bhavan, I hope you all have already seen there are various coins display there. Okay, so from that coins we know about their the kingdoms, the king and their currency. Literacy source involve the religious source and the non-religious source. The geographical framework. The history of the place is shaped by the location and the geography of that particular place, among the other factors, because people prefer to settle on the place where favorable conditions are available for the survival. As first civilization flourished in river valleys because they depend heavily on the farming, and their close proximity to the river provided them easy access to water, and that was needed for the crops. Rivers also connect distant places and were often the only means of transportation. Such as the Chinese civilization flourished in and around the river Yangtze, Huanghe, and Mesopotamian civilization around the river Tigris, and Europe and the Egyptian civilization around the river Nile. Our very own Harappan civilization flourished around the river Indus. About all these civilizations you will study in the next chapter. In the 1st century AD, when the direction and the monsoon was discovered, traders sailed along with the southwest monsoon from West Asia and Mediterranean Sea region and reached India and Southeast Asia. Thus, this discovery enabled the people to carry out the trade, establish cultural relationships with countries in the West Asia and along the Mediterranean Sea. Geography also tells the India has a long coastline with many harbors and the natural ports, which helped the people to trade with the distant places as Rome, Mesopotamia, Egypt, South Asia. People and their food, clothes, custom, traditions all evolved in these conditions. Geographical conditions are responsible for the various clothes, customs and tradition and the food. Thus it is greatly influenced by its geography. Thank you and bye-bye.